So here find the force in the element EB here, and here the lengths are given in meter. From here to here 2 meter, and this is 2 meter, this is 2 meter, this is another 2 meter. Okay, and then here what is the height? Height is not given. Height is not given, but instead the angle is given here. It is 30 degrees, and here also it is 30 degrees. Okay, this is 30 degrees, and these reactionary forces, everything itself is here itself it is given, and we need to find out the EB. How will you find this EB? Okay, so we use the section method. Okay, so EB should be there. When you cut this, EB should be there. So that means, you can cut like this. You can cut like this. When you cut like this, then what is happening? It is becoming like a joint. See here, how many unknowns are there? ED is unknown, FE is unknown, and then EB is unknown. So there are too many unknowns. Okay, if you have three unknowns are there. If you have two unknowns and two known value, then you can find out. But now we cannot find out from this. Okay, so let's assume this is the 1, 1. This is the one option for us to cut this. What is the another option? The other option is, I will go like this. So let's say that this is the 2, 2. Okay, and what is the another option? I can come like this and then cut like this. Okay, so this is the option 3. So which one we will take? We will take the option. What we need to find out? We need to find out here, right? So we will take the option 2. Option 2 on the right hand side I will take. Okay, option 2 right hand side I will take. When I take the right hand side option 2, then how can I represent that? Right hand side if I take, so here joint C is here. Okay, so this is the one rod from the joint C. Only which one is not correct? See, only E to C is this is the E, and this is the D, and this is the C here. Okay, and in this, what we have, this is the rod here, which is cut here. Okay, and then from this we have a rod like this, and then from this we have a downward rod like this. Okay, and then from here we have one more rod like this. Okay, so this is the section we have taken. Can you able to identify? See, from the E, this portion is related to this. Okay, this downward portion is related to this. Okay, and then this portion is related to this, and then from here to here is related to this. Understood? And forces we need to identify. What are the forces that are acting here? So external forces are 200 Newton here, and then there is one more 100 Newton here, and at the top there is one more 100 Newton here. Okay, and what's about the other forces? How will you identify the other forces? Let's come back here, and let's assume that when you apply this, it is being stretched, the bottom one, A to C. When it is being stretched, then what happens? It is a tensile force. So whenever there is a tensile force, so let's assume there is a tensile force here. What is this force? This force is FBC. Okay, whenever there is a tensile force, then let's assume that the force in the EB is compressive. So whenever it is a compressive, it is like this. This is like this. What is this? This is the FBE. And what's about FBD? Actually, BC, EB and EB, everything is joining at one place. So it is coming here and joining. So I can write this a point also. This is the point B. and how this is coming, this is also coming to this point, right? And whether it is a compressive or tensile, this is also compressive. Why? Because here 100 Newton is acting on this, so I will assume this is a compressive like this. Okay, this is the 100 compressive, it is coming and joining here. So this is the FBD, this is the FBD. Okay, this is a little bit difficult problem. In the examination they are not going to ask this much difficult. And here what is the other force that I not identified? I will write this in the red color. This is the another force. Okay, so here this force, this is the rod. Okay, so for example, I don't know in which direction it is going. Let's assume it is actually it is applying like this, right? So it is being compressed. So let's assume this is the compressed. Okay, even if you are wrong, then no problem, finally you will get this sign. So if it is a compressive, then it is acting like this, and what is the value? F, it is acting EF, FEF. Okay, I need to write in the red color. Okay, these are the forces. Okay, I identified all the forces, from the cut section, and here what is the angle it is making here? This is the, if I extend this is the angle, right? This is the 30 degrees, so that here it is making 30 degrees. This is a 30, otherwise here this is a 60 degrees here. Understood? So here which one we need to find out? We need to find out the BE. Okay, to find out the BE, see, there are three forces that are going from the B, and I can identify the force B. Can I identify the joint A? I cannot identify the joint A here. Why? Because here we don't have the force AB. Okay, even though I can assume that it is coming like this, but we cannot identify that. So, but the forces whichever are taken in the system, are you getting what I am trying to say? Is you might be having the doubt. What is that? How can you take the point B? Why? Because when I cut like this, the B is in the other section. That is your doubt. I am trying to say that here I identified the forces, and these forces are coming and joining at the point B here. Okay, so whenever I take the forces after cutting, if those forces are meeting at one place, then I can identify that a joint. That is what I am saying. Then your next doubt is, in that case, in that scenario, can I identify the point A also? No, you cannot identify the point A. Why? Because is there any force related to the A is coming and joining here? There is no force. This is the EF and this is the BC. Okay, even though they are on the same line, you cannot take the junction A, joint A. Understood? The forces which are related to the A, F, AB or F, AF are coming, then only you can take, otherwise you cannot take. That is what is happening here. This is the point B, and FBC, FBD, FBE, FBB, B is common everywhere. That is why I can identify this, but I cannot identify this. Understood? Okay. And here what I do is sigma MB I will apply. Sigma MB equal to 0. Okay. If I apply sigma MB, what happens? Three forces will become 0 here. The moment, because of these three forces. This FB is passing through, FBD is passing through this, BC also passing through this. The only forces that are not passing through are external forces. So 100 is at a distance of 2 meter, right, from the diagram. So 100 into 2 meter, which is going in the clockwise direction, minus 200 into 4 meter, which is going in the anti-clockwise direction. And what are the other forces that we have in this system? FEF is going in this direction. In the direction means it is going in the clockwise direction, so it is a positive. Plus FEF is how much distance from here? Okay, we don't know this height, right? And first of all, we need perpendicular distance. Is it perpendicular to this? These two are perpendicular to this, the point B axis. But this is not perpendicular. We need to find out the perpendicular. Okay, let's assume, but this height is not known, but this A2, let's assume this is the point A. It is starting from the point A. If I extend this up to the point A, then now AB value I know, that is the 4 meter here, from here to here. Okay. 4 meter, and here how it is resolved? This is resolved horizontally, EF, cos 30 degrees, and then vertically it is a EF sin 30 degree. I can resolve the same EF here also at the point E, but I don't know the distance from B to E. That is why I resolved at a point E. Understood the technique? When I resolve, what is happening? This is passing through the point B, so there is no moment effect, and only this is perpendicular to this, so there is only moment effect because of this component. So FEF into sine 30 degrees, in which is at a distance of 4 equal to 0. Understood? That is the one tactic I used here. Instead of resolving this force at a point E, I resolved it at A, so that I know the distance. You need to use these type of techniques always. Okay, they come with the practice. And here it became how much? This is how much? 200, and then 800 is 600. Okay, it became 600, and it will go to the other side. So FEF into sine 30 is 1 by 2 into 4. That means it will become 2 equal to 600. That means FEF is how much? FEF is 300 Newton. So far we got the FEF equal to 300 Newton. Okay. So FEF is 300 Newton. Then see here at this junction. Okay, if I take this junction, then at that junction I can now identify the forces. Otherwise I can do one more thing. What is that? What is this angle? What is this? What is the force in the FBD? Otherwise, I will take this junction. I am combining these two. What is that? Section method and then junction method. It's better I will take this junction. I will cut this junction and take, so that it is easier. So I will take the E. At E, this is the 100 acting like this downward, 100 Newton. Okay, and then C. At this point it is a compressed. When it is compressed, automatically this is also will become compressed. So here this is the FEF, and here also this will become a FED. Are you following? And this is the FBE. Okay, this is how we can resolve the forces at a point E. This is a point E. Okay, so see here, what is the angle? This is the 30 degrees, and this is also 30 degrees. Okay, again if I write this, see this is the 100 is going down like this, and FBE is going up like this. This is the point E, and then the components of this. What are these components? The component of FEF is a horizontal component. See how these components are going like this. For this, the components are in this way, right? So horizontal component is this. How much? FEF. How much? This is 30 degrees. So horizontal is a cos 30 degrees. Okay. In the same way for the FED, this is going in this direction. So FED, how much? Cos 30 degrees. This is also. And the horizontal component is like this, and the vertical component for both are going like this. Okay, the vertical components of both are going like this. So this is the F E of sin 30 plus F E D sin 30 degree. Okay, if I know the FED, then I can easily equate these two. But before that, I will write the sigma fx equal to 0. When sigma fx equal to 0, then what happen? Cos theta will be gone. So sigma E, what is this? This is the ED, right? Sigma ED equal to sigma EF. Okay, so from this what happened? FED equal to FEF. FEF is how much? 300 Newton. Understood? This is a 300 Newton. Once FED equal to FEF and here sin 30 also equal, then I can write like a FBE plus 2 into FED, that is 300 into sin 30 is half, equal to 100. So it will become how much? This is a 300 and here 100. So FBF is how much? From this FBG, sorry, it is not BF, this is the B, right? FBG is how much? FB equal to minus 200 Newton, equal to minus 200 Newton. So what is the meaning of the minus? Meaning of the minus is here I assumed that there is a compressive stress in the EB, but in reality it is a tensile stress. Okay, so there is a tensile stress or the tensile force in EB. Okay, tensile force in the EB and that value is 200 Newton. That is the meaning here. Okay, that is how we need to solve. So what I did here, why I have chosen the right hand side here 2 instead of left hand. Okay, why I have chosen here is there are too many forces here in this case. What is that? 400 going upward and 200 going downward at A and then 300 here. So there are 3 forces, but whereas on the left hand side there are only 2 forces by excluding this top force. Okay, that is why I have taken the right hand side portion. And initially what I did, I found out this so that what happened, if you know that 2 at any junction, if you have the 2 unknowns and 2 known values, then 2 unknowns can be found out. Understood? Otherwise, if you have 3 forces, so 1 is known, 2 are unknown, even in that case you can find out. Understood? So I first found out this and then from that I can now find out by taking the joint at E. Okay.